Hi, I'm Maria Geffers, and my company is Career and College Counselors. And our main mission is to help students find the right major, the right career first, then the right major, then the college, graduate in 4 years with the least amount of money out of pocket. And how I got involved with blogging was first with you, Joanne, in eons ago. And then I was kind of playing around with it. And then when Suzanne really started zeroing in and became the master, I learned so much from her. And it just expanded what I knew. And then I felt more and more comfortable doing it. So it's because of the two of you that I was started.
Oh, I love it. Maria, did you have any fears before you started?
Oh, of course, a ton. Every time you step out into something, it gets a little crazy. As a retired teacher who's, English and gifted teacher, I was always worried about, number one, that I really didn't have anything of interest to say to anyone. And number two, everyone would be critiquing what I was writing, oh, look at her, she's a teacher. And of course, people always pick on your weaknesses. That seems to be a tendency. But after a while, it's just like, I always equate it to just like your first couple of classes when you're teaching. The first time you walk into a classroom, it's a little more difficult. And as you go through it and become more experienced, and of course, with knowledge that you guys have given us, you become more confident, and you become more confident that what you have to say is of value to people, because not everyone knows your field. You are the expert in your field. And I think that's something that I had to cultivate over the years, is that I do know what I'm talking about. I do have something to offer. So just putting your words out in print and then sending that baby out into the world, can be a little scary. So, but, just constantly doing it and putting it out there is really the way to go. You become more confident in who you are and what value you have to offer people, because I think we all have value, and sharing. So.
Yeah, I still fear you guys. I fear the grammar police. Because blogging is a different kind of writing. You don't necessarily have to write in a way where it is like academic, where it's I've found my voice and can express it in a certain way, but some people are still expecting that academic kind of voice. Or maybe I didn't notice like one mistake that I made, or those kinds of things. The grammar police is definitely out there, and just know that they're doing their job. So here's how you handle the grammar police, guys. It is like you have your own personal editor. You find the mistakes, you go and fix them right away, and nobody else knows that they're there.
Yeah, if I can add something, I think for me, you were talking about the imposter syndrome and everything. I was never like Suzanne. I never really had a good support when I was in elementary school. And, once you get that label, you're kind of done, if you will. That kind of follows you through. But I think some of like when we're trying to communicate on paper, when you're blogging, I think you have to remember who are you writing to? We're writing to, like, I'm writing to parents who are desperately looking for information. So they're not going to go through your blog with a fine-tooth comb. They are looking for information. And that's what I give them. And I think that kind of takes some of the pressure off, that it doesn't have to be a perfect 3-paragraph, beautifully done. And I think, I think sometimes we get too bogged down. I know I do as a teacher, everything has to be like you're presenting a paper, and it's not. It's a conversation. I look at it as a conversation that's happening on paper, and helping people understand what they're looking for, the answers that they're looking for. And I think that relieves a lot of like pressure on us as bloggers, as online tutor teachers. And I find that like more releasing freedom, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you on that. And it's so great to be able to even come together, I feel like, as a community and support each other. Maria, your blog post, your blogs and your podcasts, they kind of mix together. Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, as a teacher of the gifted, I'd always been trained as, you need to have encompass all modalities of learning. So that is something that I really am very passionate about. So my blog sometimes actually drives my podcast video, if you will, so that I cross-pollinate, if you will. If I have a podcast, I will take that podcast and put it into a blog and then link back. And you guys have taught me this craziness, and then link it back to my YouTube channel. And then I also use the blog and send it out as an email, so that links back to my website. So that's what I really do cross-pollinate. And it is amazing. You once you get over that whole fear of standing out there and becoming who you are, because you want to be the expert. I remember the first time, Joanne, you had someone, and I can't remember the gentleman's name. He was in England. He was kind of a rock singer. And I was saying, and you were promoting, you should be out there to the class, you should be out there on YouTube. And I said, oh, I don't think I really want to do that. And he just said, oh, after the first couple of times, you can do it. And I thought, he's absolutely right. The first couple of times. So I do cross-pollinate. Sometimes the blog becomes a podcast. Sometimes the podcast becomes a blog. And then I put it on Instagram as well. So I multi-use it. And I love it because it's creative. For me, it gives me that opportunity of being creative, thinking differently. And it satisfies all of my modality, if you will, the speaking, the listening, the writing, and then, that type of thing. So yeah, I love what has evolved into my system, if you will.
Yeah.
It's a great system, guys. You should all use it,
But don't start with all of them at once, because that will
No.
It definitely helps. Start with one. It's
evolved. It's evolved.
It's evolved over time. I know mine has totally evolved over time too. I started with video and blogging, and recently I've been getting a lot more into the podcasting. I'll take these videos and I repurpose them on my podcast for people to hear as well, so that all those different modalities can get access to the information. Maria, have you been part of the course and the mastermind?
Yes. Yeah.
And what was your experience as you went through both of those?
The course is very, gives you the structure, if you will. You have very structure. And then the mastermind gives you that you can almost like add on to it. But the course gives you the structure, which is so important, the model. We're talking education. It's the model that you're using. And then the mastermind then allows you to, through practice, dress make it yours and dress it. And the accountability, which is always a piece in your, Joanne, in your courses, is brutal sometimes.
Oh no.
But in as much as it is, because we want to be so focused. In a good way, because it does. No, you never do anything. It is what we put on our own. And that's what that's what I'm saying. It's what we put into it. Not that you and Suzanne never say anything, but it's just, we know we should be doing it. And it is stretching, which is what you want. It's
That's
like
exactly what you want.
birthing a baby.
You're not going to
That's
start on
right.
your own. It is not going to happen. I mean, so many people, yes, you can be internally motivated, but it's only going to take you so far, right? So you have to be
Right.
willing to stretch yourself. And that's our goal, is to stretch you guys to do some things that you wouldn't do on your own, so that you can accomplish the things you couldn't
Right.
accomplish without it.